know how I do.
Song of the Siren disjointed the fight and came back in favor of Fnatic.
And welcome back to Game 2 of our last best of 3 of the night. Could potentially be our last game of the night. Invictus Gaming taking on TongFu, and what many expected to be a rout going in the other direction. Instead, TongFu takes a very convincing win in Game 1. And yeah, they're not afraid to change it up either. IG lands themselves a Tidehunter and a Vengeful Spirit, arguably two of the most sought after, I can't call them supports, but we'll say non-carries. In the game right now, at least in the Eastern scene. They do grab a Leshrac as well, which is fun. Don't get to see enough of the Rainbow Unicorn. But TongFu on the other side, they grab a Skywrath, an Ogre, and a Death Prophet, plus a Clockwork now in their 4th position. And Trouf, man, I was really impressed with the way TongFu played. And, you know, you can talk about composition, you can talk about draft, you can talk about luck, you can talk about right place, right time. But I don't think any of that applies. I think TongFu outplayed him, period.
Yeah, I think, and I think with part of that also with outplaying is just capitalizing on the weaknesses and just the bad plays from IG. Like, I'm sorry to be quite frank about it, but Chuan didn't have that great of a game on the Shadow Shaman, which is upsetting because we were all hoping for, you know, that hero, since it hasn't been picked for so long, to really come out and just show us all how, you know, what we've been missing in a sense. But wasn't able to get it together. This draft, a little bit different from last time with Vengeful Spirit picked up this time for IG. Love the hero. Leshrac this time also for IG with Medusa. So very different stuff here coming out from Invictus Gaming. And TongFu says, I'm going to show you how to play Death Prophet. I imagine it will be cinching on it, as he performed fantastically on the Razor last time, and it actually warranted a ban from IG.
Yeah, completely agree with you. And the Nog is still around. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of holding my breath right now.
No, it's not. It was first banned.
Oh, was oh, okay, good. I'm sorry for whatever reason. Yeah, I was thinking I was still in the pool.
Sometimes I miss the bans on the Radiant side, like because they're right in the middle of the screen there.
Yeah.
Like last time, Venge was banned when I was like, oh, I didn't think Venge was banned. But yeah.
I think that happens to me a lot too. So yay, no. We'll see what they. Actually, Invoker's an interesting pick now for TongFu, and they're going in the same direction they went in Game 1, which is no traditional hard carry. And it was kind of the same on both sides last time, but Invictus with the Medusa certainly has the late game advantage. They ban out the Anti-Mage, so understandable there. I want to know how they're going to run this. I mean, the Invoker you would think is going to wind up mid, but with that, I don't know. What do you think their lanes are going to be? This is just kind of wonky.
Well, I'm waiting to see who's playing what. Ed Cinching playing the Death Prophet, so I imagine he goes mid, which is interesting because when we were first trying to find out who this good player was, we were like, who is the Invoker player playing for TongFu? And he's actually not playing Invoker this game, so they're switching it up. But I imagine he'll be mid with Invoker's safe lane. I think Invoker's safe lane Exort is very underrated. And for reasons I stated before, where if you're in mid with the Sunstrike capability, you have so many different things to look at all the time that you actually will miss it from time to time. It's just you have too many things to think about. You have too much of your CSing to focus on. Water Closet.
Yeah, it's not like we just had a 10-minute break or anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it's going to be Ferrari on the Magnus, and I haven't seen him play this in a long time. So that should be a lot of fun. And June is actually the one playing the hard carry Medusa, so they're changing things up here.
Yeah, we'll have to wait a minute to see how the lanes are going to take shape on, like you said, the Invoker. I'm trying to figure this out. It's kind of the same on both sides. As you mentioned, it's going to be Ferrari on the Magnus for sure. So that'll be going mid. Tidehunter, you would think, is going to be, it seems pretty clear cut, but I actually think they have a little bit more flex in how they want to do this because of how wonky TongFu's lanes feel. Like, what would you think if they decided to go aggressive with June, Chizbug, and Chuan? Give Ferrari mid and give Tidehunter solo safe. That way you have your two big initiators that are really just dependent on a lot of gold early, a bit more room to breathe and a little bit more experience. And then whenever you want to start to roam, if you've held them down well, because, who else are they going to put there? Like, unless they want to swap their lanes and try to solo a clock into it, which is not going to work at all. It's strong supports on LPC and Kabu on the Ogre Magi and the Skywrath Mage. But, if you put a Death Prophet in there, you put an Invoker in there, I feel like they could bully those two heroes around. Did you die? Did I die?
Yeah, I'm saying all these cool things. I'm being so insightful, but I was muted. No, but
please say them again.
I was saying I'm awesome, and that's that. No, I think if they go aggressive, it needs to be with the Dusa, because I think for two reasons. One, you don't want to put Dusa up against Clock because, yes, on paper he wins that, but Clock does have the potential to kill him, especially with the Sunstrike and a Clockwork Cog to set it up. And two, I just think Tide does better in a melee versus a melee matchup. And he would get extra experience that way too. But the thing is that then that kind of defeats the purpose of getting Medusa, because Medusa needs levels too. So I think they just do standard stuff. Luo on the Tide. There is potential to have... Whoa, that's a TP scroll from Luo. Yep. Okay.
That's awful.
That's also a TP from the Ogre. What the hell?
Oh, wow. They are in a hurry. And look at this. He's going to go, what the hell are you... Are they not going to see each other? Now they see each other. It's like, what the hell? Yeah, he pinks. He goes, what the hell's he doing here?
I've never seen this. I'm sorry I'm getting so cracked up over this, but that's hilarious.
No, it is. It's like, well, imagine you buy a TP and you're rushing. Like, all right, we got to make sure we get there. Got to make sure we get our wards down. Like, what the hell is a Tidehunter here?
Well, I wonder if Kabu suspects... why else would he be down there so fast? So he suspects something. Nope, that one's going to miss, unfortunately. He saw the direction of where he walked, though. I wonder if he places another one. They're pinging like crazy right there. So maybe he comes over, at least gets the Rune Ward, which is still good. But he won't get the Pole Ward just yet. Kabu's resilient, though. He really wants that ward down there somewhere. Yep, he's actually pinging exactly pretty much where it is.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to take this one
second
instead.
Century? Yep.
Or?
Talking it over. Having a huddle.
The rock, paper, scissoring.
Yeah.
On where they needed to place the Century.
Tide just scoots on by. Luo's going to make it into lane. As the horn blows, we'll see what runes do spawn and if Kabu actually does end up dropping the Sentry. It's going to be a bounty at bottom and an invis at top, so if Chuan takes this, potential to make something happen, though I'm sure U9 will be very, very careful.
Oh, he's just going to use it for the Ancients. Oh, darn. Well, that's 2 wards down for IG, so I guess the TP scroll actually ends up favoring Tide more. As they're not going to have the poles to work with, which is a pretty big deal against this. So that means they're going to completely have to zone him out. But if he gets a good block, and it's not the best, actually. But they're going to kill the range creep first. That's pretty big. So
Chuan with his invis, hanging around mid. Right on top of the Death Prophet. Trying to be patient. Has about a quarter time left on it. And, yep, just going to auto-attack and run away.
Such good awareness by cinching. I mean, I guess he saw it, right? But
yeah, one would think.
Okay, are they just going to go again? Tuan actually pinged out mid, like he wants to go smoke there.
I mean, Leshrac did put his first point into Split Earth, so they definitely have a lot of kill potential. U9 in particular, still sitting at level 1, would make an appetizing target. They just have to chain it. And he needs to be worn down with Mystic Snake.
So I don't think they, yeah, if she just wears him out with Mystic Stake one time, he won't have enough mana for cogs, or it'll be close. Actually, yeah, he should have enough.
Yeah, he should be fine. They're pulling it right now. And Joel, unfortunately, doesn't get any CS with the Rocket Flare. I remember U9 playing Clockwork as well in the last series that TongFu actually won that we cast. And I remember him being quite effective on this hero.
They want to dive Luo at bottom. They've got Kabu in position behind the tower. And they're going to go ahead and start beating on this tower. And they know where he is. LPC spots him out. Right on top of him, Kabu's there with the Fire Blast. I don't think they have enough, do they, with the Cold Snap?
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah. Trying to body block him. It's going to be close.
Oh, he's in. He's in.
No! Got him! And he does end up dying. Tide Hunter gets credit for that kill, though. And tell you the truth, I think that benefits the Tide more than it benefits TongFu. I think that was just kind of a YOLO dive.
No way. He got first blood with full experience. Tide got no experience from it.
Well, but the thing is, Tide was getting nothing in the lane, though. And that, you know, now he got no experience. He was already level 3, but it catches him up in gold.
I suppose, but I would take first blood over it any day.
If the Invoker and LPC had been there. Well, you're probably right. You know more about this game than I do. I'll shut up.
I mean, he does. At the very least, he comes back to lane, and I think the biggest thing, and I said this, is that he got this blocked, this pole camp, and as long as they're not able to completely zone him out, now they have good lane positioning. Okay, so now Tide can't really do anything. This is where TongFu wants to be, right exactly here. The lane can't really move back as long as the Invoker doesn't screw up with his creep equilibrium. And he can't go do Ancients because they blocked it out. So now TongFu's in a much better spot.
And mid, Ferrari's going to be engaged upon. Kabu being busy. Ferrari's actually going to skewer him back. He's trying to body block him and keep him in the tower. There's a Crypt Swarm, though, and he sends out a Shockwave on the way out. We'll take one more auto attack, but we'll be able to survive and has the bottle there to help. In the meantime, Chuan has made his way over. He's going to be spotted. Kabu got eyes on him.
That's boots, man. That's that first blood.
Yep. Was able to survive. The Medusa, in the meantime, farming well. 22 CS for her. The Invoker's actually not at all. He's gone Quas Wex so far, and he's sitting at 13 CS. You'd think he'd have quite a bit more.
Why is he going Quas Wex in the farming Invoker? That seems so interesting to me.
Interesting, yeah, like, that's the word.
Because he's going to be spending the majority of his early game just farming down here and not really fighting in the lane.
Kabu in trouble. Shockwave to follow. There's the combination from Chizbug and Chuan. And there's going to be the cogs that go down. They actually get the kill on the Leshrac. It's a 1-for-1 as of right now. Support for support. Chuan trying to make it away. U9's right on him. U9 has brown boots, and Chuan does not. He can just follow him and bang away. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to get the kill because of this. Just whack. Yep, doesn't even have to. Finishes him off with the Rocket Flare. June was on the way down to try to help, but yep, should be fine.
Maybe try this in scrims where they're like, all right, we're going to go Quas Wex. You're going to free farm your orchids. You're going to do nothing but farm your orchids, and then you're going to roam around. I've never seen this actually happen. Could work on paper. I just think being able to utilize Sunstrike is a lot more effective in a safe lane, free farm lane where you're not really doing much. But
especially when you have a Medusa on the other side who's going to benefit a lot from all that time that you're trying to farm that item.
Yeah, I guess also the mana burn from EMP is quite effective against Medusa. That's probably the reason why, actually.
5 minutes in, 5 kills on the board. Slightly favoring TongFu for now.
Radiant's middle tower is under
How do you feel about the lane phase if everything continues as it is right now?
Well, Sinching's a beast, and I expect good things out of him. But Deuce is farming very hard. I am curious to see how the EMP goes against him, but I do favor... I think I favor TongFu a little bit more right now.
Waiting to see if anything's going to happen down here. We see Kabu has split off. I was curious if he was going to try to loop around and gank, instead making his way to mid. There's Arc Boots done on Magnus. And, you know, like, I really like IG's ability to just take the fight straight to TongFu if the Mag and the Tide both get their items early. Speaking of, there's going to be a Tornado EMP. Luo loses his mana, about half of his health, but he is still alive. At top, looks like IG is thinking about a push. They've got Chizbug there. It hasn't put a single point into Diabolic Edict, though, so going with a pure fighting build for now.
Yep. The Magnus placed that ward in plain sight of the last ward. up on this top hill on the Radiant
Dire's
side,
bottom tower
top
is under
rune.
attack.
But they didn't ping it out,
Radiant's
so maybe
top
they just
tower
weren't
is under
happening
attack.
to look at that time. But they should have seen it. I don't think they did though.
Invoker's solo pushing this bottom tower, has it down to 270 HP, give or take. And they're going to be able to bring it down like in a wave or two. If he just continues to spam it down, Tide's going to try to make his way back down there, but might be a little chancy if they decide to send somebody else. In the meantime, the top tower is in just about as bad shape, 300 HP, give or take. But Ferrari, still being left to his own devices, is now starting the long haul towards his Blink Dagger.
Yep, has a haste, could maybe make a big play with this. He can actually get a solo kill, actually very easily on Death Prophet. Like really, really easily. Especially with his haste, because what you can do, you don't even have to run behind him to get the skewer. You can just run up to him, turn around instantly, use the RP, it will actually flip him over your body. This is what S4 does. This is how he's so famous with Magnus. It's one of the few tools that I think a lot of people forget that you can do. You can be facing the complete opposite way, not really that close to Death Prophet or whoever it is, and it will like somersault them over you. It's really awesome.
You know, that's the kind of thing I never even thought about until you brought it up. But you're right. It's sick. Like it basically gives you what, another half a second or more of time with the actual stun enabled if you want to skewer them back.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And it sets up the direction that you want to face very, very easily.
Radiant structures are
Tier 1 at bottom's going to drop. Tier 1 at top. 1 point did go into Edict. Now they're going to respond in force, and there's going to be the hook in. June got caught. This is a big kill if they can get it on the Medusa. And they get it easily. So IG gets the tower denied out from under them. And the same guy that last hit the tower at bottom gets the deny on that one. So this Invoker doing work. He's actually got a Glove of Haste picked up. He also has a Sage's Mask. So I don't know what he's going to do. He could go Midas. He could go ahead and decide to go with a straight-up Orchid Rush. Wouldn't mind Midas, though, given he was tri-laned. A little bit of level catch-up wouldn't hurt him.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be Midas and into straight Orchids. I thought straight Orchids would have been the best build, personally, but I could see, I mean, it's me. I love Midas, so I can't say no to that.
It's tough for me. Like, Medusa's not quite as bad as the Naga Siren in terms of being like, oh god, Naga's farming, she's gonna have a Radiance. I mean, Medusa's bad, but she takes a lot to really come online, whereas the Naga, she still takes a lot to come online, but she has arguably the best skill set in the entire game with a Radiance to come online quickly.
Well, Chuan, I don't think Chuan sees U9. Hook is coming up in 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. Got it.
Got him. Chizbug right there, though. Splitter's off the mark! He actually missed with it, and Chuan may end up dead because of it. Yep. I don't know. Oh, there's going to be an RP. Nice. Got two of them. They're going to try to follow it up. Chizbug doesn't have enough mana, though. Ferrari taking a lot of damage. They end up going 1 for 1. It's a clockwork for a support, but they lose Ferrari. That's a big loss. I think that Split Earth might have boned him. I think maybe the Venge gets away if he hits the Split Earth.
Probably. I think he was walking away with just like one auto attack. Yeah, he walked away and it was just the rocket that killed him. Although Clock did max his rockets, so maybe he doesn't get away. Because the rockets would have done a lot of damage there. But nonetheless, you wasted the RP. Well, that's not really wasted, but you had to use the RP and it was still a 1 for 2 exchange in favor of TongFu.
Tell you what's a little surprising is the Medusa is actually right on par with the Invoker. You would think that she would have opened up a gap by now. Wow, Ferrari! Oh, wow. Did you see that?
No.
Ferrari just got exploded. LPC and Sin Ching on the Invoker. Oh, wow. That's actually not Sin Ching. But whoever this guy is, the Invoker player, caught him with a Tornado EMP, and it's Max Wex. And then he followed it up with just an Arcane Bolt and a concussive shot, and he just disappeared. Like, he was gone.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go back into D2L history on the ticket and look just to make sure, because I don't know the Chinese characters that well, and I did know that Sin Ching was playing the Invoker before, so I just want to confirm. Give me just a second.
I want to say his, because there are two on this team that use characters. I want to say Sin Ching is the one, like, the characters look like repeats of each other. But
that's
have, like,
what I was
very
thinking too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I want to confirm.
Yeah, definitely do confirm. Want to make sure we call him by the right name.
Rocket on.
And there's going to be a rocket. It's going to get some vision on some folk. In the meantime, TongFu keeping the pressure up. And it seems like it's happened gradually, but they're at a 7-3 advantage now. They have an advantage in towers, and they're about to expand that advantage with this exorcism. Nope, it's actually going to end just a little too early. This is in deny range, and they should deny it. Yep, and they will. And he's going to come forward and try to take a chance. Ooh, he almost got it, too. It's a good thing they had 3 heroes going for the deny, or he would have. He actually timed it better than anyone else. There's going to be a hook in, though. And there's going to be U9 skewered back. Here comes Luo. Has Ravage. Doesn't want to expend it yet. Still thinking about it. Oh, no, he got silenced. He was actually in the cast animation. Was putting his arms up. And there's going to be a split earth as they actually do finally kill off the Clockwork. So they get the Magnus, but they lose their clock. And I actually think that's fairly worthwhile. But that was a clutch play by LPC. Like, they probably lose 2 more heroes if he doesn't hit that silence at that exact moment.
Yeah, very nicely played. We messed up again, man. Sinching is the Invoker.
Oh, life's hard.
I know. But they juggled between. I looked at their history. They juggled between like off lane and mid. They're kind of like very versatile. So yep, Sinching is playing the Invoker, and I don't know the actual name of the Death Prophet player, but he's performing quite well too.
Helen, I'm paging you. You know, if you're listening, Helen, I want answers. You always have them. Here we go, June. Brought down to half. And do they have the follow-up? Not enough mana on the Ogre to do much of anything. Here comes Ferrari. Ferrari has an RP. Doesn't matter. Now he's going to spend it on Kabu. Chuan's going to be there to try to follow it up. And I'm not sure why TongFu's pursuing this. Give up on Kabu. That's fine. Wow, they want to re-engage. Now Chuan's caught. And there's going to be a split earth that hits U9. Still, they're going to get Chuan. And they got to be careful. Luo still has Ravage. He will expend it to get U9. See, I think that's a better trade if they just go Ogre for Medusa. I don't think they had to give up the Clockwork in order to get the Venge, too. Like, it's fine. Like, if you're killing Medusa, you're happy to give up a support.
Well, yeah, I think he thought he could have got out scot-free, but, I mean, he didn't get him to use the Tide Hunter Ravage, so it's not too bad. Sinching gonna get the tower kill, uses his EMP on a June. That's so devastating. And
Yep.
Chuan TP's up here for nothing. So now they account for 2 heroes top. That means they can go somewhere else. Or, this is really smart by TongFu, TP there, smoke, act like they're backing up from the tower, and just go in with a backstab. I like this even better.
Oh, yeah. I love fake backs, man. I love fake backs. This Invoker is getting dangerously close to his Orchid as well. He's got 1 Oblivion Staff already. And yeah, look, June, Chuan just so dead. They are just manhandling IG. Like, really and truly. Like, TongFu have struggled a lot, but today they are on, and today IG ain't.
It's so crazy how, like, honestly, there's a lot of inconsistency in the Chinese scene, because certain teams will look amazing. Like today, TongFu just looks so good, and speaking of good, here's a good hook onto Ferrari. Gets silenced, actually, after he skewers, so he can't cast anything else. Doesn't have to RP anyway. U9 will get slowed from the Gush, and that's going to be a disengage now from them.
Yeah, but take the Ancients.
But yeah, the Chinese scene looks like very inconsistent right now. At least the teams that we're seeing in D2L, like one day LGD looks amazing. The next day they lose to everyone.
Yeah. I agree. IG's been the same way, man. Like they're sitting at 2-2, but they could very easily have been 1-3 by now.
Yep.
And CDEC. So like honestly, the 2 teams that coming in I didn't expect a lot from are CDEC and LV. And they're the 2 that one of those 2 teams is going to Vegas directly, and the other one is probably going to get a top seed in the playoffs. That's the situation.
Oh, Chuan. Chuan, no. Just hasn't had a good series today.
Nope.
And that doesn't help.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That is how many deaths for Chuan? Number 5.
And DP ulti. Really taking it to him. And they have the good vision too. Ogre just walks up and is like, hey, I'm going to place a ward here. We want to see what you're doing. And we know that you know that we placed a ward there.
Because we think you're too poor to buy sentries, because we are rocking your world.
Yep.
That's basically the case.
Even if Chuan had gold, I doubt he's like wanting to buy sentries. They ping it out. They know that the tide's up here, and they're going to back off.
Smart. In the meantime, U9 gets a push on the tier 2 bottom. And yep, Orchid is done. So that's pretty good timing, I think. Midas Orchid phase at 16 minutes and level 11 on the Invoker, which is very important. We were talking about him needing to play catch up so far as the that's not what I'm looking for. E is the way.
Top.
There we go. Yep, top June. Caught with the Tornado EMP. There's going to be Ignite to follow. They are playing so patient, man. Like, the TongFu, I feel like we've watched most of the time would have been like, oh, there's a kill, let's go.
Exactly.
Go get him, charge. And they would have ran into a whole team and died. But that time they just got good damage done, so that's fine. We'll get him later.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of teams would have probably gone for that. But yeah, they're playing very smartly. Pretty impressive stuff. More space here for supports, actually, on the side of TongFu, as LPC is getting some good farm for himself. Treads, Magic Wand, Ring of Regen, presumably for a 4-staff to get out of a number of different things.
Like, I'm just looking around the map trying to see what there is to say about IG. They're not horrible in their item progression. The Medusa's hurting a bit. I mean, she's getting on towards her. Lincoln's being done. And, you know, Ferrari and Luo both have their blinks. Chuan has nothing. Like, it looks like he's dreaming of an urn for Christmas. But that's about it. And the Leshrac. Chizbug. Yep. Hey, it's mass bracer time.
Well, they did buy sentries. They bought 4 of them, but they actually missed it. They put it on the regular ward camp or ward spot. So, and it's actually, there's 2 wards surrounding it.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Poor guys, man. Sometimes it's just a bad day. And we see some action as 3 are moving south and then northward. Yep, they're going to smoke even. TongFu. Kabu up front. They'll lead with U9's Hook, of course. If they come over and they end up right here, they're going to have a great vantage point if IG doesn't move. And June's out front. And they're actually pulling back. Are they trying to bait him? No, I think they're just really having to play this way. Yeah, here they go. Hook. They have to see it. Oh, missed him. And that's unfortunate. He had 1 creep right on June, so he had perfect vision. But the reaction comes, and they have to back off and reset.
Nice disengage. At the very least, they still had someone else farming. So it's not like they expended everyone's time and effort into that. Invoker was farming mid as he ghost walks up towards top. And the Death Prophet farmer player was farming the newts. Look at all these sentries! Holy crap!
They still haven't gotten this one.
Oh no, I think he was spotted out. This could be bad for Sinqing. Yeah, this is a bait here from Chuan, whether Sinqing knows it or not.
Did he get pinged?
I don't know. He's really thinking about this. He doesn't want to go. Oh, here he goes.
Yep, Orchid. Got him. Nope, not quite. They're going to re-engage. There's the Ravage. Wow, they're spending a Ravage on him, and they're going to skewer him back. Thought Chuan was going to end up dead there, but not the case. Had bottom. They're going to say, all right, kill the Invoker. Let's go push on, try to kill June. June hit with the silence. There's a percussive as well. Big Mystic Flare. Oh, the Cogs actually make the Mystic Flare miss. That's so unfortunate. They still might get him. But yeah, it took a lot longer and a lot more firepower than they would have liked. Reactions not coming at all at bottom. And sucks to lose Sinqing. If you're TongFu, sucks a lot more to lose your Medusa, as she still is short of her Lincolns. Or did she buy it? Did she? Yeah, no, she is still short on it.
Yeah, I'm looking. Even when she gets the Lincolns, I don't think it's that impressive, honestly. Like, she's still going to get caught by a Clockwork everything. And none of Clockwork spells trigger Lincolns, so she's just going to die to that. And they have a number of ways to get rid of Lincolns. Ignite. Let's just list them, shall we? Fire Blast, Ignite, Arcane Bolt, Ancient Seal.
Yeah, I was going to say
Ewel's, like 18 of Invoker spells.
Like 18. Cold Snap, yeah. IG is... I don't see them tilting this game quite yet. But I think they might be getting there. When you see stuff like this, like just mass frustration, massing of sentries because you're sick of people being in your jungle, that's not like very efficient. Like they still missed this one, by the way. But that's a lot of just like, screw it, we're broke, let's just buy them and let's just get over this.
Okay, I guess it is only Cold Snap and Orchids. I thought there was going to be another one. So two of Invoker's spells. But he's going for something else too. Staff of Wizardry, 4-staff. 3 of Invoker spells.
Yeah, I don't know the Lincoln's going to matter that much. More importantly, taking a look at the levels. That Midas certainly did work out for Invoker. He was middle of the pack, not great in levels. He's now in 2nd place. The Magnus is actually the highest leveled hero on the side of IG. The Clock is higher than anyone except that Magnus. And everyone below that, obviously, kind of a grab bag. But more importantly, the 2 bottom are easily Chuan and Chizbug. And they just have nothing to their name. Like, Chizbug is still hoping for Arc Boots, man.
Yeah, I don't even think he wants to get Arc... Well, actually, Arc Boots is pretty good with Medusa. But when Medusa's only sporting 600 mana, And hold that thought as a nice Mystic Flare with a double
Oh,
cog.
wow. Oh, and Luo came in and blinked into the cogs. Couldn't even turn it around. Beautiful cogs. Beautiful Mystic Flare. And if they weren't frustrated or tilting, I think they are now. That is just like, that happens, you just go, that's where you throw your keyboard and just say a very unpleasant word as loud as you possibly can.
Yep, or you drop your headset on the ground. Of course, you don't drop your headset if it's Cloud 9, or if it's a Cloud headset.
HyperX Cloud.
HyperX Cloud. That's right.
There you go.
We'll train you up sometime soon, son. We'll train you. Would have been better if you're like, but if you do drop your headset and it's a HyperX Cloud, you can be assured that you will pick it up despite no matter how bad the rage was, and it'll be in one piece and working beautifully. In fact, the sound will probably be improved because they're ergonomically engineered for gamers of all types, including those that are prone to rage. See,
Clap,
easy.
clap. See, that's when everyone in Twitch chat will go do the Kappa clap, clap, or they'll do sell out.
Sell out.
Yep.
At least it's not $322. God, I don't know why why that one actually I find so enjoyable. It's funny to me. I think it would be funnier if it was 322 United States dollars, because that sounds very
Too much.
very CIS.
Too much. You got to know the eloquency of the Twitch meme.
Oh yeah, eloquence. That's what I think when I think Twitch chat. Oh yeah, absolutely. Brevity too. It's not like they've got 2 paragraph long copy pastas that say nothing at all. Absolutely.
I have a love-hate relationship with Twitch chat. It's unhealthy.
I think Twitch chat, I think of it as my ex-girlfriend half the time. It's like really dug it at one point, then really hated it when it hated me. Now I'm just kind of ambivalent. Say hi to it. Every now and then you see it on the street. You make awkward conversation. Hey, how's it going, guys? Oh, yeah, nice house. Cut your hair? Yeah, it's beautiful. That kind of deal.
Yeah, I used to interact with Twitch chat a lot more, but nope. Twitch chat too trolly.
It's all right, Twitch chat. Don't worry. At some point, I'll get a drink on and give you a booty call. That'll be a fun night. I think TongFu has got this one just about wrapped up. They're at 15K lead. They've taken down 1 Rax. That was the melee Rax at bottom. We were making jokes over top of it because it was obvious IG was not going to be able to contest it at all. And they didn't. 15K, 10K experience. And barring a miracle, I think IG is just going to drop this series and basically, you can't say put themselves at a playoff contention, but they're getting close, man. Like, and this is one that when you look, let's just be honest, the way TongFu's played so far, this is one where you look at this on your schedule and you just, even if you don't actually pencil it in your head, you scribble a little W next to it, you know?
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, I will be honest. When I knew about this series, I was like, "Oh, this will probably be a fast one in favor of IG."
Yep.
I'm sorry, that's just what I thought.
Nope, I thought the
And
same thing.
I think that a lot of people probably thought that, but yeah, TongFu was just a different team today, as they were the last time we saw them, actually.
You know, that's a fun conversation to have. And granted, we don't have Newbie or Vici in D2L play this season, but I mean, the teams we have, again, it's not like CDEC's been pretty consistent. Like, they lost and got outplayed when they did lose, and LV lost as well. But for the most part, they are showing up. Whereas TongFu just about didn't show up, hardly, for their first few. And now today they showed up and they're like, yeah, we're going to hit people in the mouth and make them like it.
U9 almost has a scepter. Has that in about 100 gold. It's hard to find things to talk about, as last thing that I saw IG do was sit here above the tier 1 tower on the Radiant side, bottom. And they didn't do anything at all. They just sat there.
Nope.
And we're hoping to find an opening. And yeah, there's a scepter coming out for Clockwork. BKB for Mag, which is good. But is it good enough? I don't know. We'll let you be the judge.
Tell you what's not pleasant is Medusa is less farmed than your Magnus, who has died. How many times has Mag died? Yes, your Medusa is less farmed than your 3, 4, and 3 Magnus. That's not good news.
Yeah,
ever.
Lincoln's is so bad. It's like one of those items where it's kind of like a Jungle Doom in pub play. Like, for some reason, someone in the pub scene got the message that Jungle Doom was good.
Yep.
It's like, okay, dude, they do everything else that
quelling.
they do everything else that the pros do. Like, they
try. They don't actually do it, but they try like hell.
Well, I mean, like, they'll pick all sorts of things that pros will pick. Like, for instance, Void was picked all the time. They always pick Void, offlane Void every game. What happened with Jungle Doom? No one's picking Jungle Doom pro games. So where did this come to be?
CIS teams, man. I'm telling you, the CIS teams do play some Jungle Doom now.
Incoming!
But
it is awful. I totally agree.
But there's this thing with like Lincoln's Medusa. Like I understand it. It gives you good mana regen. It gives you a nice block to make you a little bit more tanky, but it's overdone. It's like I would say more than half the time it's not the right item to go for, at least first.
Well, let's educate some folk. All you pubbers out there, sit down, take notes. Tralf, in this situation, what would be the proper item for the Medusa?
Proper
first big item, just to clarify.
Well, his first item I would have got Yasha. I think Yasha or into Manta, or just the casual Yasha, is the best way to get your farm up. And and at least in this game, oh god,
that was just so sad. He just ran up here with half health, drops a ward. I didn't see if he dropped it or if it was already there. Turns, gets silenced, and dies, and they immediately counter ward it. It's like failure on every front.
I don't. Oh, and the BKB used by Ferrari, not too good. But I would get like Yasha, Scotty, and then call me crazy. I've said this before, but I think he really needs a BKB actually against TongFu's team. I mean, look at it. It's all magic, all like stuns and slows and mana burns and cold snaps and all that jazz.
I got to admit, like, you know, everybody, I don't play a ton of carry. Like, I tend to play off lane and support whenever I do play. But whenever I do play, like, hard farming cores, I have a habit of just, like, if I look and I'm like, there's got a lot of options. It seems like I always settle on Yasha BKB. Like, it just feels so stable. The build-up's very easy, very simple. It's not a ton of gold. You get 2 very, very valuable items. And on most heroes, like, and you can just save the BKB if you don't really need it. You don't have to be spending charges every time you fight if it comes out early. And I don't know, like, it's just like Shadow Fiend, for example. Like, I a lot of times when I play him, I end up wanting to go Yasha BKB, even though I know there are probably better options. I just feel like it's more stable.
Oh, Yasha is a really good value item. Gives you good agility, attack speed, and the agility turns into attack speed as well. And then good movement speed, so yeah, it's a value item picked up against... Oh,
Ravage
Solo Ravage on to LPC. If he gets away,
God.
I'm going to throw up.
Okay, I'm going to throw up. Now time to pay the piper, though. Yep, there's the roll. Multicast is there. Ice wall down. There's going to be a swap. Chuan just guaranteed that he was going to die, too. That's all that got accomplished there. Poor Chuan. That's a level 1 swap. What was he going to do? Like, seriously, he basically went, oh, you want 2 corpses instead of 1? Here you go. We're getting loopy, I think. I don't think this stuff's as funny as it seems like it is.
Yep, I know. We're having some fun. What's wrong with that?
Oh. All right. Looks like they're ready to go high ground again. The Medusa's still up. She did expend her ulti in that last fight, though. Ferrari still has RP. And this Death Prophet does not care. Has Alacrity on her, using the Exorcism on the tier 3. There's going to be the Glyph, and they may have a last hurrah here. Probably could have saved that Ravage for a situation like this instead of solo ravaging LPC, who's already back up. But then again, we all make mistakes.
Oh, I heard an RP.
Yeah. On to, they actually got Chizbug. Or not Chizbug, but Sin Ching. So, good RP. He's going to buy back the bots. Nope. Going to have to hoof it. And I think they want to close this out right now, though. Because now that they know Ravage is down and the RP is down, they really don't have a whole lot to fear. And Exorcism's still 100 seconds off, but that's okay. Are they just going to do Roshan? I think that's... Yeah, that's the plan.
Huh. Well, they used Ravage and RP. Interested in why they didn't maybe just try to press the issue. I guess, is it because DP ulti's down? Yeah, probably. So they do Roshan, Aegis, as now I know that you can click on Roshan and it doesn't show cheese if it doesn't drop cheese, so.
Easy peasy. June is gone Yasha Scotty. So he basically was going in the direction you wanted, just with a casual Lincolns in front of it.
Yep. But it's far too late. He's going to get a Manta, or this could be casual Yasha into Scotty now, but just way too underfarmed compared to what DP's at. DP has a heart now, something flying on the courier. It's a plate mail for actually the clockwork.
Mini Doomling. I wanted one of those. I can get one. Not going to pay for one. June, spotted, silenced, whatever. What the... Okay. U9 took a shot and apparently shot it right up the tailpipe of one of his teammates.
Yep. I actually think that's good he didn't hit the hook.
They are getting a little frantic and sloppy, it seems. And we'll see if they can close it out. I mean, game's not over yet. 31 minutes in, one would think with a 20k gold lead and a 15,000 experience lead it would be, but Manta is done, actually, on June. I thought he was going to keep the Yash and go scotting. Not
Yeah,
the
I
case.
thought so too, actually. But Manta is good. As I mentioned, your Manta illusions do get the split shot as well. Not that she's doing that much damage now anyway, though, but still good. I mean, there's still some potential of IG. Like, if they get a 5-man RP into 5-man Ravage, into 5-man Split Earth, into 5-man Stone Gaze, I think they'll be good.
If there's one concern there is, jokes aside, it's that there's only one BKB on TongFu, and that's on the Death Prophet. And if I would feel a little bit better if Clockwork had one and the Invoker had one.
Well,
But
Invoker does.
has it.
Yeah, Invoker does have Aegis. I think that's what you're gonna say.
Players here.
Well, they're continuing to siege it out. They've got an Aegis. They need to just pick a time to go fight. You know, don't just wait an Aegis out. Death Prophet just continuing to shove in mid. The Invoker doing his job at top. I mean, June and Chuan are always going to come out and clear this wave. Like, you either need to catch them when they do that, and they're going to get Chuan, actually. And there's going to be the siege on in mid. Exorcism's there. Chuan does manage to make it to safety by the skin of his teeth, but they have a long way to go. And the BKB used by the Death Prophet. They're going to work on the racks now. June's going to be hit with the cogs. That hurts him so much. Anytime he walks into the cogs, loss in that mana is brutal. Death Prophet actually turned to stone. There's going to be the Ravage only on her. Who's behind that? Actually, I guess Kabu got caught by the tail of it, but he's going to be able to Yules himself. U9 just going in and out of this fight like crazy. And they're still focusing June. I think they could just focus on the racks and it wouldn't matter. There's going to be the disarming blast, and June's going to be cleaned up by U9. Magnus being run back to his own tier 3. LPC blinks right on top of him. Crypt Swarm and a little bit extra damage. Got him. Buyback from June. But that's after the racks in mid had already dropped. June's going to come in and die right in the middle of those cogs.
That's got to be game. She just bought back.
Yep, that's ball game. Another buyback on the mag. They're going to fight it out to the bitter end, and who can blame him? However, that's about all he's got is a skewer. Does manage to secure a kill on the Ogre with it. And the Invoker still has his Aegis, by the way. I don't know why he doesn't. I'm surprised they're just letting this play out. The creeps are banging on the tier 4s as we speak. And are they going to pursue it out? Yeah. Ferrari. Cold snap. EMP goes off. That's a solo kill.
Oh my god, this guy is so impressive.
He's going to have his Aegis pop, but he's coming back up. That Ice Wall may have slowed Chuan just enough. Nope. Doesn't have Force Staff up or he would have pursued, I'm sure. Yeah, they're close to losing one of their tier 4s off of that.
Sinching did so much damage to that Magnus. He had like 200 HP. Magnus had everything as far as like his mana and his HP is concerned. And killed him in 2 seconds. The final alacrity at the end there to get some extra attack speed and damage. Really well played by Sinching. And yeah, this is pretty much over.
In China, you do not GG until the bitter end. And I guess with the Medusa, there's no reason to. I mean, you can always hold out and hope. But her damage is miles and miles and miles away from being where it needs to be. The pairing with the Venge is nice. Her damage goes way up with the Vengeance Aura. But still, I think they're just going to reset, run down mid, and go win this game sometime soon.
Yep, Kabu, despite them just destroying, he actually doesn't have any really real items. He's got a point booster, but doesn't really matter. Very smorgasbord kind of item or skill build. As he's got 3 Bloodlust, 2 Ignite, 4 Fire Blasts.
I hope they don't wait for another Aegis. God, I hope they don't.
Homing in.
They very well could. It's the Chinese way in many cases. Super safe. What's a Death Prophet going to buy? Solder Midas. Finisher Shivas. Money in the bank.
Shouty,
It looks like they're trying to maybe come out and start a fight, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch
Oh,
them.
they're going to go now. They have Shiva's completed on to him, and the Refresher Orb is completed on the Sinching.
Alrighty. June. Just never could get it in gear. Manta Lincoln's at 36. Not that great. His overall net worth is not great either. He's actually worth less than the Clockwork is. Was that a for fun hook there, U9? Or just for funsies, wanted to go for a ride? Whee! That would be sick, actually. A cosmetic item that when Clockwork shot a hook and hit it, he just whee as he flew by.
I would not buy it. Nope. TongFu or the Death Prophet's botting top to try to get this party jump started, so they can actually push a lane appropriately instead of kind of do-si-doing here around the top side of the secret shop. But yeah, I imagine they'll start to rotate towards top, and this will be the last push. Chuan smoked and then just revealed it.
And Chuan's dead.
And Chuan is dead.
Dead at the hands of U9, who follows it up. U9 has a Shivas of his own beats dubbed. And so does the Death Prophet. And this should just about be that. Yeah, Death Prophet using her Exorcism. And gonna go rush for hero kills. June turns, uses the Stone Gaze. And DP gives him the old back turn, the cold shoulder. Tier 3 down, Ferrari. And Luo trying to line something up. There's U9 though. Jumps on top of Chizbug. He's going to be dead to the cogs, basically. No, he actually got tossed in the air. Fuels, but still comes down dead. June is super dead. Scientific term. Never had a chance. And just heard an RP. Oh, he skewered one back. He actually got U9 skewered back into the fountain, so at least he got a little bit of a moral victory. Buyback from the clock, though. That's Mega Creeps, and they'll should be able to easily turn on the tier 4s and close this out. Although Luo's still looking for a Ravage. We'll keep an eye on him. Ravage cam now.
Final Ravage, go! He doesn't have Blink, actually. It's just going to have to be a 4-step into Ravage, but he's silenced for 4 more seconds, and...
Woo! I'm keeping the camera on him. It's going to be Ravage cam. Or, you know, Ancient Stein cam. Oh, there it is. And I managed...
Good!
Chuan's dead again, and this is going to be a 2-0 for this upstart, underestimated, nobody believed in him, underdog TongFu squad. And they take a series, 2 games, off of one of the teams that was most heavily favored to win the entire Eastern Division. This has got to be a huge blow to the confidence of IG.
Yeah, you said it. Their confidence has got to be in the gutters, man. One GG came out there, too. One lowly GG from Chizbug. Nobody else has thrown dice. Very well played by TongFu. And like I said, there seems to be, not just with these teams, but just every team in the Eastern scene, like kind of, at least in the ones in D2L, again, I need to clarify that. There seems to be this wave of inconsistency. Like, some teams will look amazing one day and just look, honestly, like crap the next.
Oh, yeah.
And today was TongFu's day to look good.
I mean, they've looked good a couple of times. It's a weird thing. The problem is they just can't look good for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, they'll look good for 20 minutes in a game and then end up not looking great at all afterwards. But today was their day, and they look quite good indeed. Standout performers for TongFu, 10-4 on U9. 0-10 for Chuan's bench. Eek. Not the best performance we've seen from old Chewy. 8-1-6 on LPC. Well played on the Skywrath, and just all around, really. I mean, Xin Ching on the Invoker, 7-2-6, played well as well. Earned a nice big heap and bunch of fantasy points. And he's a sleeper. Sleeper pick, guys. Xin Ching, that guy right there. Whatever we're told that stands for Xin Ching. The yellow, or the orange guy. Whoever that is, go draft him, put him on your fantasy team. You won't regret it. And you won't regret hanging out with us tomorrow. Certainly if you had fun today, we want you back tomorrow as well. We got 4 more best of 3s on the way, kicking off at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's see, if it's 9 a.m., that makes it 1800, 6 p.m. For our European brothers and sisters, 2 Western best of 3s, a little bit of downtime, then 2 Eastern best of 3s just like today. And if you haven't already, you should hit follow here on twitch.tv/D2L. We don't want you to miss a minute of the action. We'd love to have you back in the future if this was your first time. And if you're a returning user, may as well hit follow too. Just make it easier on yourself, you know? I'm AC, and the other guy on that side, his name is Tralf. You can find us both on Twitter. I'm at AC, at AYESEE. He's at Tralfdota, TRALFDOTA. And of course, the D2L can be found on Twitter and Facebook as well as at D2LGG.
Both services, VODs, and all other information about the D2L can be found at d2l.gg. And it's a website that seems like people don't use as much as they should. Get asked about standings log. Everything you want, real time, right there. Special thanks to Monster Cat and to Grammatic for providing pretty much all of the music for today's broadcast. I've been rocking a lot of Grammatic lately. As we wind down here, Tralf, and get ready to get the measly sleep we have been getting over the last week or so. Any final thoughts on the way out the door? Tralf is either muted or gone. Did you fall asleep? Oh. There's the man.
I didn't have much. I just said pick more Venge because that hero seems to own.
There you go, guys. Go play Venge in your pubs, and don't run poor Venge. You can, but you shouldn't. Run it like the bosses we just saw.
Wait,
like the
Chuan just fed pretty hard on that, so maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. Moral of the story: don't play Chuan.
Oh no, you are a flamer.
Oh my God, he had a bad day. All right, he had a bad day. And when I have a bad day, people flame the hell out of me. So I get to do it once in a while too. Hopefully I had a good one, and hopefully you guys had a good day too. No matter what part of the globe you happen to call home, enjoy your morning, evening, or afternoon, and enjoy some Dota. See you back 9 a.m. tomorrow.